These awareness skills, they go deep. They get inside and they change us. I encourage you guys to invest yourself as fully as you possibly can in this course. And not for me, or for Mike, or for any other facilitator or mentor. Do it for yourself. I think there's something inside of all of us that we seek. You're here because of it, I'm sure. And no one's going to give this to you. You may get help along your way, but it takes commitment. It takes dedication. So I encourage you guys to commit yourself as fully as you possibly can to this week. I understand that there's a lot going on here. We're doing stuff at this school that is amazing, and it's tiring, and there's community stuff, there's personal stuff, and there's so much to learn, and there's so many opportunities everywhere. I call it homeschooling for adults. I call it living in the land of opportunity. What did I call it the other day? ADD, person's dream. This place is amazing. Listen to your heart. Sometimes it will encourage you to do some crazy things. Don't ignore it. So we're going to start with a Thanksgiving address. However, we're going to be doing it a little differently this morning. One of the points of awareness is avoiding the rut. And I think we can shapeshift and change our mind to avoid the rut, and that's a really great way to do it. I also think that physically sometimes we need to remove ourselves from a certain environment, immerse ourselves in a new environment in order to avoid that rut. If something as powerful as a Thanksgiving address, it's very simple technology. But if it's not being made real for you, then what's the point of doing it? You might as well do anything else, really. When something becomes routine, it stops being real. Or at least it could stop being real, and often does. It becomes another rut. I come from a tradition of, I want this for you more than you want it for yourself. And yeah, it's true. But there's this conflict there that comes up. I can't give it to you. You gotta want it for yourself, and you gotta go grab it. Relive those experiences. Invest yourself emotionally. That's what I encourage you to do this morning. Beyond that, I can't do much. I'll blow the conch.
Well, thankfully we've evolved a mechanism by which we could absorb multi-sensory information, make amazing connections, read the energy as it flows through a system like an approaching thunderstorm. Because we're not just looking at birds anymore, we're looking at buds and the leaf litter and the insect behavior. We're looking at all of it, and we're feeling on our skin the wind direction, the humidity, the mosquito bites if they're out because of the humidity. So all of this starts to become a problem in here. When I point to this, I'm actually pointing to that little overdeveloped part of this brain that processes auditory and visual information and then feeds it to us. We have become that in our culture. We are so driven by advertising and television, traffic lights, body language cues, to the extent that we're blind to hermit thrush song, raindrops as they sound differently in the broadleaf forest compared to the needle-leaf forest. We don't track with our feet anymore. In fact, we hardly feel with them. We put these big 1-inch pads on the heel and clomp forward. There's so much that we miss because we're overstimulated and doing our best to insulate ourselves. You see the behavior on like the New Jersey Turnpike or the Parkway. As long as you don't make direct eye contact, you can, in good conscience, cut somebody off. Because they don't exist. You're in your little bubble of reality, and they're in their little bubble of reality, and everybody's safe. Until road rage, from all that pent-up energy. And they do it at the salad bar just as much as they do it in the Parkway, so. Right? There's this insulation that occurs that shuts us off from sometimes, even in those environments, very important information. Those who manage to maintain a sense of connection are called streetwise or savvy business folks. They can read a room. Politicians. But left ungrounded,
This is the best thing ever.
it's like a kid in a Lamborghini. It can be misused. You can't cultivate wellness from a place of dis-ease.